Hi peeps. This morning I'm just going to talk about the difference between Mexicans and Nigerians. The first point is that Mexicans are very, I would not say shy people, but they find it very difficult to say no to people. They find it very difficult to confront people. It's not in their culture. I think it's a cultural thing because all Mexicans that I have met are like that. Even if they cannot make it to your party, they would rather not show up on that day rather than say no to you. And even if they cannot make it to a date, they would rather say yes and not show up on that day. On the other hand, Nigerians are very direct people who tell you no if they mean no and yes if they mean yes. That is the first difference. The second difference is that Mexican men have a lot of respect for women. They respect women in general, regardless of whether you're their mothers or their sisters or their friend. They just have like this general respect for women. You find them helping you down from the bus, even if you did not know them from Adam. That is how they are. So if you find yourself in Mexico and you see a Mexican man trying to help you out of the car or out of the bus, don't freak out. Mexican men are like that. They just find pleasure in helping women. And another point is that Mexicans are very quick to apologize. They find it very, very easy to say they're sorry about something they did. And also they say thank you at the slightest opportunity. Like even if they paid a lot for a service, they say thank you. They find reasons to thank people for things. On the other hand, Nigerians are not really people who say thank you. Like, I'm not saying Nigerians are ungrateful people. I'm just saying that it's not a Nigerian thing to say thank you at the slightest opportunity. For example, in Nigeria, I would not take a taxi, pay 500 naira to a taxi man and still come out of the taxi and say thank you. Meanwhile, a Mexican will pay a lot for a service and still thank the person that provided the service, which I think is a good thing. I think it's a good culture which Nigerians should also imbibe. Another point is that Mexicans eat a lot of sweet foods, they love a lot of candies, they eat a lot of chocolate. Nigerians eat all those things when we're little. We are given all those things as little children, but as soon as you grow up, you stop eating sweets. It's not in our culture for adults to eat sweets, but Mexicans eat sweets from birth until they grow old. Another difference. What is another difference? Mexicans. I'm sorry, I'm looking at my sheet of paper because I had to write like a few points down before I forget. Mexicans greet with a kiss. It's in their culture. When they greet you, they hug and kiss you at the same time. When I arrived here first, I used to find it very weird because back in Nigeria, it is not a culture to greet with a hug or a kiss. Like, we hug, but we only hug if we're greeting like our friends or family members, colleagues and all that. But here in Mexico, they hug and kiss you even if they're meeting you for the first time. In Nigeria, we even say hi from afar. Although in the western part of Nigeria, predominantly Yoruba, the men greet elderly people with a prostrate, like they prostrate while greeting elderly people, while the girls greet like elderly people by curtsying. I'm sorry, I have to turn my paper. Another difference is between Mexicans. Another difference between Mexicans and Nigerians is that Mexicans are predominantly Catholic, and 80% of Mexicans are Catholic. On the other hand, Nigeria is a mixture of Catholic, Christian, and Muslim. In the northern part of Nigeria, you find predominantly Muslim, and in the middle part, like in the central part of Nigeria, you find a mixture of Christian and Muslim. And in the southern part of Nigeria, you find predominantly Christian. And that's it for that. Another difference is, I think, soda. Oh my God. Mexicans drink soda as water. They substitute water for soda. Soda for water? Water for soda? Well, they drink soda as water. That is what I want to say. Like, if you go to a Mexican home or a Mexican party and you ask for water, The next thing you see someone standing by your side holding a bottle of soda. And you're like, where's my water? Well, here is your water, bottle of soda. Yeah, that's Mexicans for you. They drink a lot of Coke. That is why Coke makes a lot of sales in Mexico. On the other hand, Nigerians drink soda, but more of water than soda. Like, you find people drinking more water than soda. Nigerians, Mexican families eat out a lot. That is another difference. They eat out like at least once every week, or twice, or more. But Nigerian families are not like that. Nigerian families prefer to eat at home as a family. Like, Nigerian women cook a lot. We cook a lot, and Nigerian husbands prefer to eat their wife's food. I'm not saying Nigerians don't eat out, but it is not very common to see a whole family in Nigeria leaving the house to go to a restaurant to have lunch, or going to a restaurant to have dinner as a whole family. It's not common. Like, people go out to eat on dates, or when they have business lunch, or with colleagues and all that, but not as a family. Like, as a family, Nigerian families prefer to eat at home in the house. Okay, I think that's all with the differences. And now I think Nigerians share a few similarities with Mexicans. I'm just gonna talk about 3 similarities I think Nigerians share with Mexicans. The first similarity is that Nigerians and Mexicans love to party a lot. We Nigerians party a lot. I'm sure a lot of people know that already. And I found out that Mexicans are also like that. Where I live here in my neighborhood, most weekends I find it very difficult to fall deeply asleep, because a lot of parties go on here from midnight until dawn. And another similarity is that both Mexicans and Nigerians love to spend on weddings. Like, when a Nigerian is preparing, or Nigerians are preparing for a wedding, they tend to spend a lot of money. Like, they pride themselves in spending a lot of money on weddings. And so do Mexicans. Mexicans also spend a lot on weddings. The last similarity I have here is that both of them are family oriented. Both Nigerians and Mexicans love to be around families. They love to share with families. They just love being around family. And that is one thing I love about both of them, both cultures. I think Mexicans are even more family oriented than Nigerians, because I've seen a lot of Mexicans who are in their 30s and their 40s and are still living with their parents. Yeah, I have friends. On the other hand, Nigerians are also family-oriented people, but then at some point a Nigerian lady or a Nigerian guy would prefer to leave their parents and live on their own. But we're still family-oriented, because Nigerians love to get together as families or as a family during festive periods like Christmas, New Year's, and and all that. Okay, that's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please thumbs up, please comment, and please subscribe, and let me know if you would like me to make more videos like this. Thank you for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye.